Good evening and welcome, all of my dice-loving goblin friends, to the Tealeaf Adventuring Company. My name is LukeTheDM, and it's my job to kill everybody. Happy Thursday, and holy crap, it has been a while. I feel like it's been, realistically, I think over a month since I've been in the DM chair. So I'm happy to be back. Happy that we are all here to have some silly, goofy fun. Life is hard. Life is hard and crazy, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. So I do apologize for the hiccups and delays and last-minute cancellations, but we're here now. We're gonna escape the crazy world and play some make-believe and have some fun. We've got an amazing group of players here ready to rock and roll for some beginner-tier shenanigans. But before we do that, we've got a lot of announcements to catch up on since it's been a little bit since we've rolled out that. Where to even begin? We owe you guys a lot of stuff. Last fall, last September and October, we raised almost $5,500 for SameU, and we had a lot of really awesome stretch goals along that. We've been chipping away at those. I want to just remind the community that we are going to keep good on that promise. We have not forgotten these things. Specifically, we owe you a hot tub stream. We owe you J. Milio Disney One Shot. We owe you a Call of Cthulhu mini campaign DM'd by Mr. Melvin. We owe you a Ted cosplay, which I have bought the first piece of things for. And we owe you matching tattoos for me and Mr. Wee-Woo. And so we are keeping those things sort of slow cooking. We have not abandoned those ideas. Again, just life gets crazy and money and time and jobs. Again, I don't have to explain any of that to all of you, but we are working on these things, and so we'll have more concrete stuff as it becomes available. I'm being told in real time that Eldritch Murmurs have begun again, so that'll be awesome. So stay tuned. The place to be if you want the latest and greatest real-time updates is the Discord. !join is going to get you that join link. Truly an amazing place. All sorts of fun friends of all sort of nerdy varieties, not just on D&D. The latest in video games, board games, old school stuff, retro, artists, chill people and community members. Genuinely like a life-changing group of friends. It's a good place to be. So highly recommend you guys hop in the Discord, come say hi, and don't be shy. We are always accepting new players to join our ongoing West Marches style campaign. It's low commitment, and if you want to show up on stream here and play D&D, whether it's your first time or you've been playing for 20 years, doesn't matter. We're happy to get you in the rotation and get you in. It's a good time. Let's see. We don't have any backstory missions, but I know a lot of people are probably getting close to that, so we try to do about one of those per month. Again, April's been just a crazy month, but that's 10 Tealeaf points for your first backstory mission, so if you're saving up and getting close, just let me know. We can get you on the books and all that good stuff. We've got, I don't think we have any brand new merch, but we are slowly reeling out new stuff from our merchmeister. Miss Pengy Rage is getting all of that awesome Tealeaf Adventuring Company merch. I think the newest ones are the stickers, the Lore Horror stickers, which are super cute and fun. So if you want to get some cool stuff and rep it, I've got some retro game room swag here. It's got the Tealeaf Adventuring Company logo on the back. There's hoodies, t-shirts, mouse pads, wine glasses, beer mugs, stickers, all sorts of really cool stuff there. Go ahead and check out that Etsy shop. It helps support the channel, and we try to put all that money back into just production improvements and giveaways, all sorts of good stuff. And I will say this, if you are an artist and are interested in having your art be sold on the merchandise that I just listed off, let us know. We'll talk. We're happy to do some profit splitting and stuff, and we want to make sure our artists are supported too, so yeah, just hit us up, either me or Mr. Wee-Woo or whoever, maybe Pengy Rage, and we'll see what happens. And cool stuff's happened. We've got some artists' art already featured on the store, I believe, and could always use some more. It's a win-win situation, so hit us up. Yeah, Pengy Rage. Sure.
The art. Just so we're clear, It has to be art that you're drawing yourself. None of that AI stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't think we are legally allowed to put AI generated art on merch and sell it. So you can certainly use like digital art software, like to do digital art. That's all yours. But yeah, no AI generated art, please. That's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up.
All right.
But Tangy Rage is the merch meister, so she is the one you want to hit up if you are looking for that. Um, while we're talking about amazing artists and collaborations and awesome things that we want to support, we've been talking about it for a few months now, but we're super excited and enthusiastic and want to keep up that hype. So the Tealeaf Adventuring Company has partnered with an amazing woman running a company called Crit for a Cause. She is a one-woman show at the moment, pumping out handmade custom resin dice by the I don't even know what unit of dice you would call it, but she's doing some amazing work, and every sale, a portion of every sale, proceeds go to support different charities that rotate every month. So my personal philosophy is I don't endorse any products until I actually get them and touch them, because I just don't like lying to people. I don't like feeling like a shill. But I can personally testify to the like handmade, like amazing, gorgeous qualities of these dice. They are beautiful. I'm not a huge dice goblin myself, but I can appreciate some sexy dice when I see them. She does like custom dice orders and everything, all sorts of different styles. They got like the liquid resin core ones. She's also got like scented candles that are also like D&D fantasy themed too, and it's all going to a good cause. And we have an affiliate link, so the more sales we can get through that TAC discount link, which actually, by the way, you're going to save 15% if you use that link. We're working on a partnership where we'll get a couple different like special bundles throughout the year of different dice and products and stuff. And since we're kind of a unique, we're not just one streamer, we're a community. That solution is just to do giveaways. So do a good thing, get yourself a nice shiny dice treat, get support awesome charity, and support the Tealeaf Adventure Company all at once. It's pretty freaking awesome. Definitely click on that link there, check out the site, just scroll through and check it out, because it's really amazing stuff. And I can't speak highly enough about the interactions that we've had with Grandma Foods there. She's been really awesome and sweet, and it's been really awesome for us to be involved in that. So again, just doing our part and sponsoring that, because it's pretty cool stuff. Oh boy. Other announcements going on. Thinking about this, I don't think I have anything super urgent, and I apologize if I'm forgetting anything. Mr. Weewoo, do you have anything you'd want to bring up? Oh, Tavern Tours is going to be Wednesday the 30th, last day of the month, so not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, with the usual gang there for the ongoing campaign DM'd by Mr. Weewoo. All booze and drink themed characters going on a bar crawl campaign, super fun and goofy. Will we ever get off the train? I think we finally will. But no, it's a really good time. So if you've been following along for that one, mark that one on your calendars. Wednesday night, same time, 6:30, and it's a good time. Other than that, I think that's it, unless the voice in my head tells me otherwise. Don't think. Okay, so that being said, if our players are ready, why don't we go ahead and dive in and play some D&D? Alrighty. Let me change my music here. Put on my town ambiance. And our story tonight will begin, as they nearly always do, in the beautiful free city of Kadoria on a lonely peninsula to the north of the Midnight Sea. And there, on the prime central thoroughway drag known as Avandra's Alley, just where it turns right into the south onto Melora's Way, in that central town square known as Ava's Piazza, sits a beautiful 3-story mansion, which now serves as the Tealeaf Adventuring Company Guild Hall. And it is about 9 a.m. on a crisp, sunny spring morning here in the free city of Kadoria. It's still just a little bit nippy. Winter hasn't quite let up just yet. It's, still a little bit frigid outside, but the sun is shining. The flowers are just starting to bloom around towns and in the streets and in the flower beds around the city. It is a beautiful time of year. Um, we do have a newcomer to the Tealeaf Adventure Company just arriving in the last couple days. So, Kelser, if you would like
Yes.
to just give us a quick 1 minute description, what are people seeing as Kelser has arrived to the Tealeaf Adventure Company? Give us like a physical description. What are they all about?
I gotta figure out how tall I made him. I give up. Oh, there we go. Got it. So they would see kind of an average height humanoid. He'd have a cloak pulled up over his face. So most people wouldn't really notice many features, but medium build, not too big. Fairly young, 24.
Okay.
Pretty muscular for his height. And kind of a rugged looking guy, longer dark brown hair, or blonde hair with silver eyes.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Any notable equipment that he's got with them, or kind of keeps to himself?
He'd have a long bow over one of his shoulders.
Cool. All right. So this individual, Kelser, has been prowling around the guild hall, we'll say for the last couple days or so, kind of just getting acquainted, getting yourself settled in. So as I said, it's about 9 in the morning. The city is kind of just starting to come to life, and business hours are starting to open. The streets are starting to get, the sounds of the crowds, especially right in the town square and near Avandra's Alley, are starting to kind of get the hustle and bustle of the city. But the relative comfort and peace and warm, cozy atmosphere of the Tealeaf Adventuring Company Guild Lounge is here. You are all up and about doing your daily morning thing, whether it be reading or grabbing some breakfast or whatever you guys would like to do. We can actually go around the horn if you want. Let's start with Clover. How's Clover starting their morning here?
Damn it.
Gotcha.
She is. I knew I was going to be first. She is currently sitting at one of the tables. She's got Scab sitting there in front of her, and she's trying to maneuver a pine cone she found to try and make him little armor, but it's just not working. And she's just sitting there like, "Damn it, Scabs! You're supposed to grab it."
Cute. All right. Let's jump over to Zuzu. What's Zuzu up to?
Sitting at a table eating breakfast.
All right. Any particular meals? Again, in this sort of magical fantasy tavern, you name it, and the food is brought to you by unseen servants. It's pretty bougie here.
Probably something cow related, cow meat, something like that.
Yum. A nice breakfast steak.
Yeah.
There you go. Alrighty. What about Keybanise? How's Keybanise spending her morning?
If you remember my previous adventure, I convinced one of the thugs to leave the battlefield and come to the Tealeaf Adventuring Company.
I do
Well,
recall
that's where
this.
I am, with him.
Okay.
And that guy was so hungry, he actually ate 2 whole turkeys.
All right. Hanging out with your new recruit there. Okay. Very cool. Let's move on to Nudis. How's Nudis spending their morning?
Nootus is just waking up, and he's hungover, and probably trying to squint to see. And yeah, he's just kind of getting his functions going.
Sure. Slow rise, kind of bedhead. Yeah, I gotcha. We've all been there. And last but certainly not least, Kelser. Anything in particular that Kelser's up to this morning?
Over the last few days, the guild members probably would have noticed he spends most of his time in the courtyard.
Okay.
Actually hasn't slept in his room yet because he's been sleeping in the courtyard. So appears to have an affinity to nature. So I'd be strolling into the common area from waking up.
Okay. Cool. As you guys are all sort of serendipitously meeting up, syncing up in the guild lounge, there's a frantic knock at the front door, which sort of disrupts all of you and kind of catches your immediate attention. Just this very, very rapid knocking frantically. Hello, hello, anybody? Like banging on the windows, banging on the wood. Someone desperately trying to get in. Looking around, there's no sign of Reginald or Marigold or Amy or any of the tax staff at this particular moment.
Kelser's gonna go and open the door.
All right. As you open the door, you can see there are two individuals kind of just dressed in normal street clothes. It looks like a tiefling and a half-elf woman kind of banging on the door and kind of looking surprised as you open the door. Just, they kind of like look at each other, sharing a glance for a moment. And they, hello, is this hey, we need help. Someone's got to do something about it. There's pandemonium going on in the streets, and we didn't know the guards are nowhere to be found, and we needed help. You guys are heroes, right? Everyone talks about the Tealeaf Adventuring Company being heroes. We just need someone to come and settle this. This is chaos. Oh my goodness. And they kind of like push their way past you into the guild lounge, kind of like looking around for help. You can see the tiefling woman is like has two hands on this like large coffee mug, and the other seems to be like completely disheveled, wearing this like long lace gown, and just like kind of has it pulled up and ruffled, and sort of like just she looks like she almost just got like run over by a truck or something. She's just very, very like disheveled and dismayed and frantic at this moment. Is anyone in charge here? Can anyone help us? There's people getting hurt out on the street. I don't know what's happening. We just need someone to deal with it, please. You guys are heroes, right?
Kinda.
I'm just gonna walk up to the woman or whoever is running their mouth up and say, okay, look, we don't know what's happening, and your rambling isn't actually helping. So I need you to take a breath and calmly tell us what is happening.
Okay. I'm sorry. And you see her like reach into like the pocket of her dress, and she pulls out this like long nasty centipede and kind of like winces and throws it at the
Ew.
wall. And she goes, "I'm sorry. I can't." And you see the human woman who's standing near Kelser takes her coffee mug and sort of tilts it to show you Kelser, and it's full of like this thick like mayonnaise like substance. And she kind of like scoops it out and plops it into a trash can and goes, it happened out of nowhere this morning. I woke up and my lawn was full of pink flamingos. And I looked outside and the streets were full of rubber ducks, and my wash basin was full of some sort of slime. And then we were looking around trying to find it out. There's some maniac out there throwing around spells willy-nilly, just causing absolute mayhem. And poor Lucy over here, her pockets are all full of centipedes now. And she's like plucking them out of her hair and out of like, and she's just like stepping and crushing on them. She imagine being like covered in bugs. She is just fully like icked out right now.
Zedra just scuttles over and she's kind of just picking like, ooh, piece of candy, just basically eating a few of them. Well, if no one else is gonna eat them, I'm just gonna help myself.
We just don't know what to do, and all of Arathis Avenue is just it's under complete lockdown. People are fleeing, and this one we don't know who he is or what he wants, but he's just throwing around spells like crazy.
When did this start happening?
Oh, not even 20 minutes ago. It's been rapidly developing. We just didn't know what to do. We were looking for help, and we heard about this company and all the good it's done for the city over the years, and we just need someone to help and fast, because we just don't want anything more crazy than already is happening to hurt anybody.
And let me guess, the guards, if any were there, were powerless.
We didn't see any guards. That's the weird thing. I mean, usually, Kadoria, we rely on, good mercenary work here in Kadoria for the most part, and you guys are the best of the best, and we'll pay you, sure, if we can just get this, but we just need someone to stop this guy. He's just driving the city crazy.
You said there was rubber ducks?
Yeah, just out of nowhere. They're just the streets are lined with them. They're not really hurting anybody, but it's pandemonium, it's chaos, it's craziness. The flamingos in the lawn. And
But I don't know what the pandas have to do with this, but I'm down for a rubber duck. Let's go! And she's gonna start walking the door. She doesn't even know where she's going.
Can Zuzu grab a pillowcase to bring with her?
Absolutely.
I'd like to do an inside check on that frantic woman.
Okay. What specifically are you trying to discern?
17. Let's see, what am I trying to discern? Well, Key being smart. Let's see. I guess this is unbelievable to her. I mean, rubber ducks? I don't think Key even knows what a rubber duck is.
Fair. So as you're sort of watching this woman's mannerisms and her speech patterns and her facial expressions, with a 17, it's a pretty good roll. You get the sense that she's just as bewildered and lost as you are. There's no signs of any funny business or malice or lying. She is just disturbed and frantic and looking for a solution. She's desperate right now.
Okay, and the person casting these spells willy-nilly, are you able to describe whoever that is?
I didn't get a good look at him, but he was certainly loud. He shouldn't be too hard to find. Just follow the chaos and the ducks and the birds and the I don't even know. It's just so much random nonsense out there. We didn't get a good. We just ran for help as fast as we could.
I do enjoy chaos.
This place is
We stand
interesting.
down plenty.
So this person was just conjuring things out of nowhere. No elemental attacks like fire, lightning, or wind?
The two women kind of look at each other. Not that we saw, no. But
Oh, so we're basically dealing with a public nuisance.
yeah, but they're disrupting traffic and vandalizing property, and it's a nightmare. And I mean, she's covered in bugs. That's disgusting. We just have to stop him before he hurts somebody.
They were delicious.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know where any of the bosses are to write up a formal contract. It's my first day on the job, technically.
Oh
But
yeah,
you
I
said
forgot
you'd
we
pay
do
us.
that.
So what do you guys say we go and help him out?
Yeah, something tells me this is going to get worse.
I
And
did
so
hear
much.
money.
It usually does.
yeah, and something tells me it's the silly ones you have to look out for.
I wonder if there's gonna be any pandas.
Alrighty, so gathering your supplies quickly, arms, armor, weapons, potions, all that sort of good stuff. You guys set out into Ava's Piazza, just outside the Tealeaf Adventuring Company Guild Hall. You were given the name Arathis Avenue. So actually, if I pull up the map for you guys,
I have a question then.
sure. What's up?
Are all the rubber ducks yellow, or are they different designs?
Well, that's a very important question for Zedra to know too.
It appears they're all yellow.
Dang.
Ah.
Here, let me open up this map for you here. So this is a map of the city of Kadoria. So you can see the Tealeaf Adventuring Company smack dab in the middle there. If you go across the piazza up Melora's Way and bang a left, there is Arathis Avenue is sort of parallel to Avandra's Alley.
I see
Just
it.
one block up there.
I see it, yeah.
Alrighty, so onward and upwards as you go. It is not very much time at all. before you start hearing cries for help, screams of terror. It sounds like pure chaos and this raucous laughter coming from around the corner. As I'm going to pull you guys over to the first map here. You guys turn the corner and see the street littered with these massive, just squeaky little rubber ducks, and just poofs of glitter and flare and sparks of magic just all over the place. And this one individual, sort of this wild-eyed, crazy old man-looking wizardly guy in these blue robes, just laughing maniacally, pointing his finger and just blasting off magic in every which way direction.
Zuzu looks down at her pillowcase. I think I'm gonna need a bigger case.
I think so too.
So these rubber ducks. Since we're here, how about I do an investigation check on these rubber duckies?
All right. So as you guys are rounding the corner, you stop for just a brief second. Key, if you'd like to roll investigation, go ahead and do that.
Alright. Give me a minute. Alright, see. Oh, boy. See. Oh, wow. Seems I'm the one with. Oh, boy. Seems now. Come.
Need some help? And you got it.
No, I'm gonna need some help. In fact, yep. Now I'm the one with technical difficulties, so I'm gonna have to ask you to make the roll for me.
Sure thing, I got you. I'm going to click investigation for you. You got an 18. Pretty solid roll. So with an 18, as you round the corner, just kind of quickly gauging the situation at a quick glance, you see about a dozen or so of these rubber duckies that are fairly large. They're like the size of maybe a small dog. Just sort of sitting there, waddling back and forth on their own. These adorable and yet slightly creepy, beady black eyes, just sort of waddling. And you hear this slight ticking noise. This
Sound like a bomb?
maybe. So, as we're rounding the corner, Keybanise is looking at the rubber ducks. What is everybody else doing? I'll give you everybody sort of like one free skill check or action or response kind of thing real quick. We'll go around the horn.
I'm trying to herd the group back to the guild hall. I don't know what we got ourselves into. Let's go home, guys.
No, but I want to
Why
try.
would you do that?
Abort!
I want it. It's
Do you think
not
I
really
could fit-
noise stuff to make, but you know.
Do you think I could fit
It's
one
a
duck in this
ticking
case?
noise.
I think we can fit two in that case with enough determination. Let's go.
How big is the case?
I'm worried about that ticking noise.
It might be a struggle to get one duck in, but you could certainly try.
Damn it. Lift with your
damn.
back, Zuzu. Let's go.
If we try hard enough.
All right. Anybody else
Don't
want to do
be fooled.
anything real quick?
Don't be fooled by the cuteness.
Oh, by the cuteness.
Alrighty.
Luke, I do have a sneak attack. Is it possible to use an attack? It says I know how to strike subtly and exploit a foe's distraction.
Sure. What do you? So that would get applied to like your bow and arrow shot. What are you going to try to shoot?
I want to shoot the closest rubber duck.
Okay, so kind of rounding the corner, just shoot first, ask questions later, just line and shot. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Like, we might need these.
You monster.
Where is
The
it?
poor duck.
What did
This
duck
one?
ever do to you?
A 7 is actually going to be a miss. Just in the hustle and the pandemonium here, just quickly kind of 360 no-scope style shooting, your arrow kind of skips off of the cobblestone ground and kind of just misses the duck there.
I guess
that
I'm
being
still hungover.
Yeah, you see that little skip catches the attention of this wild wizard as he sort of looks from across the street and makes eye contact with all of you, and he kind of laughs to himself, and you can see raw magical energy just sort of like sparkling off of his fingertips as he just sort of looks and goes, Phil, you're new. Let me fill you in here. My name is Phil, and I am fulfilling my destiny.
Destiny of being a nuisance.
This guy could write a
Happy. And
book
at
one
that,
time.
I'm gonna need everybody to go ahead, click on your token, and roll me some initiatives.
It's a boss
Damn it.
fight. Wait, hold
Oops,
on. What does my
sorry.
feed do again that I had?
Oh.
Alert when you roll. Okay, so that's just built right in.
Luke, you want me to roll again, or do you just want to use the roll that I had?
I'll take that 10. That's fine.
Okay.
My bad.
What did everybody roll?
How do I roll initiative?
Click your
so,
token. Oh, go ahead.
In
Yep,
which
so you're
program?
it's gonna be in roll 20. So you're gonna click on your token in roll 20, and then right at the top in the center, sort of right next to your armor class, you'll see just a little button that says initiative.
I got a 19.
Nice. There we go.
There you go.
Move that. Is it this one?
It should be next to your armor and stuff.
Oh.
Like between your speed and your armor class.
Yeah, so you'll
Literally
see.
click on the initiative.
You actually want to click on the physical word that says
Oh,
initiative.
there we go.
There you go. Okay. Perfect. 10. Alrighty, so that's everybody in. We're good to go. Keybanise, you actually have the initiative. You got the first draw as he kind of says, "Have at thee!" and sort of gestures towards you. What would you like to do?
Okay, I got the first turn.
Mm-hmm.
See, alright. Alright, so where it seems alright. Seems let's see. Here we go. Perfect. So I'm quite far away from the wizard. And I noticed that these ducks might yeah, I'm quite far. Ooh, 85 feet. Yeah, that's pretty far.
Yeah, he's like down on the other side of the street from you guys right now.
So the only spell that could probably reach him is Magic Missile.
Okay. Yeah, I think Magic Missile has a 120-foot range, so you could definitely hit him. Gonna pull the trigger on that one?
Let's see here. The Magic Missile will definitely hit him. And these ducks. And you said the ducks, they're making a ticking noise?
Mm-hmm. They're sort of like waddling back and forth and just tick, 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 tick.
So are they making the ticking noise as they walk, or are they just ticking?
Hard to say from this distance. You'd have to get a little bit closer to get a better idea of that.
Alright. Okay, so alright. Magic Missile, obviously level 1, so that's 3?
Yep, 3 of the bolts.
Here's number 1. Here's
Okay.
number 2. And here's number 3.
Beautiful. And all 3 of those are heading right towards the wizard?
So that's 9 damage total.
Okay, so these 3 bolts of arcane energy kind of spiral out and spin through the streets, all winding and colliding at the exact same time. You can kind of see him reel from the impact, but he kind of like tosses his hair, and you definitely heard him, but he almost seems excited by it. Alrighty, anything else? Do you want to move at all, or you happy where you are?
Okay. I did. since this is the first turn of combat,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm guessing I can't do an insight check on him from that far away.
Yeah, that'd be tough. He's pretty far away.
Oh well, I can't. If I don't think I want to move too far because I don't know about those ducks.
Okay.
So that's it.
Alrighty, so we're gonna pass your turn and we're gonna move on to Zedra.
For that ticking noise, is that something we can hear from where we're at, or only when you get closer?
Now that it's been pointed out to you, I think just in the pandemonium and the chaos, like the screaming and the people freaking out, it was hard. You wouldn't have heard it, but because Keybanise did an investigation check, you can hear just the slightest, faintest ticking from this distance.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So Zedra is gonna go up a little bit closer.
All right. As you get right there, I'm gonna stop you.
Alrighty.
Popping up and out of this barrel, you can see the lid just kind of poop,
Oh
pressurized
shit!
right off. And
Zedra, no!
out of the barrel,
It better not be a fucking weasel.
it is not a weasel. It is full to the brim of this nasty, like orange, yellow, sludgy like material that's gonna pop out.
Ew.
And it is gonna it's gonna like lunge out towards you.
Oh my god!
It's the blob.
That's
Is this
that's
a
8 to hit.
is this a mayonnaise monster?
Maybe.
It does what to hit?
It was
Is it
8 to hit, so
poison?
it's a miss.
Oh, you missed.
Alrighty. So it pops out of the barrel but misses. You can continue your turn.
What the hell is this? Her attention is now on this weird sludgy thing. She's gonna take her rapier and stab it.
Okay, go for it. Alright, a 13 is a hit for
Nice.
6 points of piercing damage. Very nice, very nice.
That's gonna be it for Zedra. She's just fused at the sludge.
What did you
Alrighty.
hear? The sludge?
Yeah, this goopy, icky blob of something just came out of the barrel and like lunged out at Clover, and she turned around and stabbed it back real quick. Alrighty, that's gonna bring us to Phil's turn. He's gonna step up and just kind of laugh maniacally. He's going to point at you, Zedra, and
Oh damn it!
all of a sudden you start feeling this skittering, creepy, crawly noise as suddenly your pants are filled with spiders.
This is both a good and a
Oh.
bad day. She takes a bite of one. Never mind, it's bad.
They are crawling all over. So they are occupying the same square as you, which gets a little hard to construe. I'll kind of put them there behind you there. But they are going to join the initiative.
Luke, I'm
Yes.
surprised
Oh
you
my
didn't
God.
say ants.
Ants in your pants? There's no stat block for a swarm of ants, but there is a stat block for a swarm of spiders. But your pants are now full of spiders. That is his action.
Oh my god!
That's gonna bring us to Kelser.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, what the hell's going on? But this sludge thing seems to be attacking my new friend, so we will. Well, actually, I don't even know what the bow. I might be too close for the bow and arrow.
You can get a pretty good shot with that. It's only if you're like within 5 feet that you get penalties to it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna take a longbow shot at that guy.
All right, go for it.
$14.
14 will hit. So that's going to be 3 points of piercing damage. Alrighty. The
Says
arrow kind of like
mastery Sorry, it says mastery slow longbow.
yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
That's a weapon mastery thing. I don't know if we play with that or not.
Not real. I think that's
Is
the
that
new
from the
2024.
2024?
I think that's the 2024 rules. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It put itself into my character sheet on D&D Beyond. You can ignore that then.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll ignore that. So as you aim and fire, you see the arrow hit, and then just kind of like ballistic jelly, like go in and then slowly creep to a halt. It looks like it kind of jiggled it a little bit. You're unsure how affected it is, but it seems to have taken some damage.
Well,
All
now
right.
that that's done,
Anything else for you?
let's move up a little bit.
Okay.
We'll try to get a good vantage point on the wizard and hopefully not die. And that will be my turn.
Alrighty, that's gonna bring us to Zuzu with Nootus on deck.
Give me a second, swallowing ice cream real quick. Because of course I would take a bite right before my turn.
I'm just like the waiter, right? Like, oh, how's
Yeah.
everything?
I am actually. I wonder how it's gonna hurt it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
Short bow.
Shooting at the slime.
Yeah, slime.
Okay, 26 will hit for 6 points of piercing. And just like before, it seems like the arrow's making contact and sort of penetrating through the mass of this thing, and it kind of sinks in.
Okay.
Maybe you just need more arrows. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Actually, no. I'm gonna hug the wall instead. I'm gonna go over here. And then. I might be too close, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Can I stealth out?
Unfortunately, right here, sort of in the middle of the street, there's no real way to break line of sight.
Can I move closer to the wall then? Like, I thought maybe this would be too, like, this square would be a bad spot.
Even there, you can try. It's just gonna be a really high DC.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, go for it. Bonus action to hide.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, there's just not enough cover here. You're kind of like looking for a crook or an alley or anything, and not here. But
that's my
worth a
turn
shot.
then.
Alrighty, and that'll bring us to Neadus.
All right. I'm going to move. So I think I can only move 30 feet, right?
Yes. So 6 squares.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna move up right next to the rubber duck, but then I also want to dash.
Okay.
Using my cunning.
Yeah, bonus action to dash. Cunning action.
Yep.
Okay.
How far can I move with that?
So a dash action is going to give you an additional 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
Yep.
So if I did that, oh boy. I think I'll go right about there, the 55 feet. How do we do this? I think it was right there.
Alrighty. As you rush through, just in the moment that you're passing this rubber duck, in your sprint, kind of dashing down the street, you barely graze the side of the duck. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
17. So you manage to dodge the most of it, but the duck is going to explode. You're going to take 1 point of force damage, and you are now covered head to toe with glitter.
No, the ducks!
The ducks are bombs. I knew it. Called it.
So I'm going to give you a little purple marker there. You look like you just got out of like a strip joint. It is just like covered head to toe, like some sort of accident at a craft fair. Just covered head to toe in glitter. But fortunately, you managed to dodge the majority of the damage there. So that was your movement and your bonus action. You still have an action if you'd like to take one.
All right. I'm going to use an arrow. Actually, I don't even know if it can get that far, but I'm want to shoot an arrow at the wizard.
Okay, yeah, definitely. He's within range.
And
Yeah, bows have really long range.
Yeah. So the 14 will hit for 6 points of piercing.
yes.
Alrighty. As you kind of hit him in the arrow, he kind of reels back from the impact, and he's just, now that you're a little bit closer, you can see the look on his eye. It's just wide-eyed, crazy smile, just like looking around and laughing, just pew, 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 pew.
He's a madman.
Yeah. All right, so that was your action, bonus action, and movement. So I think that's going to be everything we've got from Nootus. That's going to bring us to the start of round 2 with Keybanise. See what you got.
Okay, so let's see here. We have one of my friends has ants in her pants.
Ants or spiders, some sort of bug.
Spiders.
Yeah, spiders.
Okay, so here's the thing. If I cast Fireball, which is a level 1 spell, that is going to hit the slime and the spiders. Oh, and I have Sculpt Spell, so she will not take any damage.
That's true, because you are an evocation wizard. You could sculpt your Firebolt spell to hit just the spiders and not harm your friend.
Or I could save a cantrip. Ugh, this is hard. This is the second round, and I already used a level 1 spell.
That's true. Yeah, conserving your resources is definitely tough. But it's up to you.
You know what? I'm gonna use the cantrip Firebolt.
Okay.
And let's see. And it's a single target spell, I take it.
Yeah, Firebolt is single target. However, you would think that normally, if you're trying to hit the spiders that are climbing all over Zedra, you'd probably hurt Zedra too. But specifically because you are a student of evocation magic and you have that sculpt spell feature, I'd allow it so that in this sort of unique circumstance, you could use that to prevent Zedra from taking damage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do have spells, so now it's time to decide to take out that blob or help Zedra. I'm going to help Zedra and cast
Okay.
Firebolt on her, hopefully burning the spiders.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Firebolt. Oh, combat. Oh, here we go. Firebolt.
Alrighty. A 9 is unfortunately gonna be a miss. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was a waste. So, in that case, I'm gonna have to... The only thing I can do... The other thing I can do is... I think I can move there.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't do a check. So, let's see here. Investigation check on that slimy thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Investigation +3.
A 16. You've heard of these magical creatures called oozes before? There's a lot of different varieties of them. You're not sure specifically what kind of ooze this is. You just know that they're typically they're kind of dumb creatures. They're not super intelligent, but they're dangerous in confined spaces, and they can sometimes cause like burns or like acid damage. So definitely not something you want to like touch or get close to. So the fact that your friend is near one is probably not a good thing.
Yeah, well, good thing I didn't move too far. And I'm gonna say, guys, don't get too close to that slime thing. It's not a good idea, and you're gonna get hurt a lot.
A little too late for that. It's trying to hug me.
Alrighty, so I think that was your action and movement with Keybanise, so we're going to go ahead and pass turn to the jelly. The jelly's going to take its turn, and it's going to do just that. It's going to go for the closest target, right at Zedra, and it's going to blob out towards you with an 11 to hit. I believe that's a miss.
Miss.
Alrighty.
Would he hypothetically hit the spiders?
He theoretically, so the same attack would be against both targets, and he
Yeah.
misses the spiders as well. Just a total
okay.
miss. Yeah.
I was just curious.
In theory, yes. If he was damaging Zedra, he would damage the spiders too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's gonna move us to Zedra.
So after hearing that warning, she can't really take a step back on because it's gonna be an attack of opportunity. You know what? She's gonna risk it for the biscuit, and she's going to take that attack of opportunity to take her and the spiders over here.
Okay. As a rogue, you do have cunning action, so you could bonus action to
That's right.
disengage if you'd like.
Yeah, I will do that instead. I'm gonna
Okay.
disengage from that guy.
Cool. Alrighty, the spiders will come with you as you move.
Let's go, spiders! We're gonna go check out this duck, and she's gonna shoot an arrow at this one.
Okay.
Oh. Damn.
Natty 1. Unfortunately, the spiders are like crawling all around you, and you actually kind of like get distracted as like one comes up on your shoulder, and you like look away to eat it at the last second, and your arrow goes wide and crashes through a window.
You little shits! Just because you got long arms and many of them, you can't shoot it. It's mine.
Alrighty. Anything else for Zedra? Okay, that's gonna bring us to Phil, the wizard. Phil, looking wild-eyed, puts his eyes on Nootus, who's just covered in glitter, standing out like a disco ball in the middle of the street, and he's gonna wiggle his fingers and laugh and say, "Phil, Phil, Phil!" And you feel this strange sense of magic overcome you, Nootus. I need a Constitution saving throw. All right, that's a fail. Oh. Suddenly, as the spell kind of overtakes you, you feel like you have just eaten the biggest meal of your life. Your stomach is so full, you feel like you're about to burst. You're like just trying to kind of keep it down and just like, like you've just eaten way, way, way too much food. Your stomach is full to the brim. So your movement speed is going to be halved.
Oh. I needed to eat, but I didn't need this much.
Yeah.
It's the spiders. It'll go straight to you.
So he's going to cast his spell, and then he's going to start to tactfully retreat just a little. So that was his turn. I'm going to give you the little snail to mark that your movement speed's reduced. And that's going to bring us to Kelser. Kelser, you're up.
All right, let's do... We're going to move up to the ducky right here.
Okay. As you get up close to it, you hear that. What you going to do?
I am going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the wizard.
Cool. Put that little target on there.
And then I'm going to make an attack with my longbow at him.
Okay.
Oof.
Natty 1. Oof. That's a miss. As you
aim, second one in a row.
Aim and fire. You hear the ticking on both of these two ducks surrounding you. Stop. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I think I'm kind of good at those. Hypothetically. Ugh.
A 9 is a fail. Okay. You are going to take 4 points of force damage as these two ducks explode on either side of you. One is going to cover you with soy sauce, and the other is going to cover you with salt. So you're now it's extra salty soy sauce.
Oh, you're sushi now.
That's so much salt.
So much
Oh my God.
salt. I'm gonna put that little orange brown marker on you just to mark that. Alrighty. Anything else for
Now
Kelser?
he's the embodiment of hypertension.
Y'all could have warned me. I thought they were glitter bombs. That'll be my turn.
Alrighty, that's gonna bring us to Nootus.
All right. Man. How many arrows can I shoot at once? Or not, I guess not at once, but like how many arrows can I shoot in a turn?
So you have one attack per turn as a rogue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it possible to climb up on the roofs of the houses?
Absolutely. Does your character have a climb speed? It'll say under your movement. I don't think goblins get a natural climb speed.
Under movement? I am not seeing
we shouldn't have one.
anything with climbing.
Yeah, okay. So you can climb. It just takes twice as much movement, right? Because it's a little bit harder to climb than to run. So for every 5 feet up you climb, it'll cost 10 feet of movement.
Okay, and then it's already halved too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's going to be a slow moving process.
Okay. I think I'm going to just shoot an arrow at that next closest duck.
Okay. 16 will hit. Your arrow sinks in and pops that duck, and it's going to explode. Fortunately, not dealing any damage to anybody. However, that little portion of street is now covered in soapy dishwater. That's relatively harmless. Okay.
No, it's gonna make you slip and fall prone.
Maybe if you're running through it really quickly.
I'm good at this.
Alrighty. Anything else for Nootus?
Would I be able to use dash again to move up just like 15 feet?
Yeah, so you do have normal movement, so you could move 15 feet and then
okay.
bonus action to move another 15 feet if you'd like.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll just
rogues-
move the 15 feet in general. 5,
Okay.
10, 15.
Alrighty.
And that'll be it.
Okay, at the end of your turn, you can repeat that Constitution saving throw to try to see if you can resist that spell on you. 6, nope, you're still your stomach is about to burst. Alrighty, and that's going to bring us to Zuzu.
Sorry, I was turning my light on.
worries.
How high is the roof next to me?
That one, it's looks like a single story building, so you're probably looking at like a 15-foot climb.
I have 40 feet. Could do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go onto the roof.
Alrighty, so using all of your movement to climb up on the roof.
That would be 30, right?
Yeah. Sorry. And so you have
I still have 10 left.
Right, because you're a monk. Yes.
Yep. So I'm gonna take my butt over here.
Okay.
And can I see this duck from where I am? Or is this?
Yeah, I think. You've probably got enough of a height advantage there. You can see that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna try hitting it with the bow.
Okay.
Oof.
7's gonna be a miss.
That's my turn then.
Alrighty. Bringing up the rear, the spiders crawling all over Clover are going to start to bite and pinch and. So they are going to roll an attack. That's a 22 to hit.
Damn, that hits.
Yeah,
you little traitors!
11 points of piercing damage as you just start feeling these tiny little, it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts, bites all over your body.
Ow!
Alrighty, that's going to be the start of round 3. Brings us to Keybanise. Marabas, you there? You're muted.
Oh, okay. There we go. As long as we don't go near it, It probably won't move on its own, will it?
You're not too sure. It might.
The one that took 11 points of damage. How much health does she have left?
So you wouldn't necessarily know like a number, right? Because you, the player, would know, but Keybanise wouldn't know. She just knows that she's getting hurt, right? So, but she's probably looking a little rough, if that makes sense.
I'm going to try again and use Firebolt, the cantrip, on Zedra and hopefully burn the spiders.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. Oh, the dice are not being nice. That's a 9 is going to be a miss, unfortunately.
And there's no point in me moving because I'm not sure of that blob right there.
Okay. Alrighty, so anything else you want to do?
No.
Alrighty, then we're going to keep things moving. The blob is going to slowly kind of its way out of the barrel, and it's actually going to turn and start to climb up the roof. So it's about halfway up the roof, coming up towards you, Zuzu.
You stay away from me.
That is the whole turn. That's going to bring us to
Out of there,
Zedra.
lad.
Oh my god, I didn't know that thing could climb. Now these fucking spiders. Fuck. Damn. Hold on. Can she use sleep on the spiders?
Do you have that as a spell?
Yeah.
Are you? Oh, you're an arcane trickster.
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Let's go for it. Yeah.
She's got a level in Bard, and it's in there.
Oh, hell yeah! Let's try sleep on the spiders.
Hell yeah.
All right, so 22. Believe it or not, that is the exact number you needed to roll. So you cast sleep, and all of these tiny little spiders just start dropping off of you, and it's like a rain of spiders, which is really icky to think about. But they are all asleep. They're snoozing.
She is going to carefully try to not tiptoe around, or carefully try to tiptoe around those spiders.
Okay.
And just be sure that was her action, right?
Yeah, to cast the spell is an action.
All right. Can she bonus action hide behind this barrel?
Absolutely.
She's gonna do it.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll spell.
That'll be it. After I get that. Where'd it go?
Alright, 19. You feel very, very, very sneaky. However, I need you to make me a perception check.
Oh, fuck.
This barrel that you're hiding next to, as you kind of like tuck down, you smell it's full of something, and you don't even want to question what it is, but it's disgusting, and you're just like, yeah, there's some sort of bodily fluid in there that's just gross, and yeah.
Oh god, it's more mayonnaise.
Alrighty, anything else for Zedra?
Nope, that's just that she's just hoping nothing comes out of it.
Alrighty. Phil, the wizard, is going to do one more thing here. He's going to cast a spell. He's going to target Kelser. And Kelser, you suddenly feel your entire like traveler's like heavy cloak kind of obfuscating starts swarming and filling with rats as a swarm of rats appears right underneath you.
No.
So I'm going to put them on the token layer, and then I'm going to make them just a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to add them to the initiative.
Guys, there's rats now.
Alrighty. So that was Phil's turn to conjure the rat. He is then going to laugh and almost like skip, frantically jump through the street. You see him turn and dive through a window into this building and disappear. Like he jumped through a window inside, so he's going to be removed from the initiative.
That's disconcerting.
Get back here, you chicken.
That's going to bring us to Kelser. Kelser, you are up, covered in soy sauce and salt and rats now, and these rats are hungry, and you taste delicious. This is actually a really, really bad combo.
I was about to say, this doesn't sound good right now. He's
Little rat
gonna
tongues.
he's gonna take out his short sword and attack the rats.
Okay, go for it.
There we go. $16?
16 will hit. So you're almost like saving rats off of you, right? And it's funny because you could like stab out individual rats, but it's more just the swarm, the sheer number of them. So because they are a swarm, they're going to take half damage from your physical based attack. So they're going to take 3 points of damage.
Makes sense.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna take my potion.
Okay, go for it.
Where did I put my potion? And then on my turn.
Alrighty, you can go ahead and roll that. That's going to bring us to Zuzu.
Let me check the distance. I should have did that while I was waiting. I didn't think about it.
No worries.
I'm gonna dash.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take my. Actually, let me measure that again. So I'm doing the right path. Can I jump this roof here?
You doing some parkour type stuff, some Assassin's Creed shit? All right. You can certainly do it. I just need an acrobatics check.
Okay. Before I move, then. Where's my acrobatics? There it is.
Flawlessly. Full on ninja style, running, leaping, sticking the landing, moving in full stride. You jump over to that other building.
Yep. I'm getting away from that slime.
Alrighty, and you still have an action, right? Or dash is your full action, right?
So dash is my full action. I can hide and disengage as a bonus action.
Because of your okay, gotcha.
But I can hide still.
Yeah, you could hide on the roof if you want.
Should I hide?
Yeah, go for it. Roll stealth.
No, I am not stealthy today.
You think you are, but you're pretty visible up here. Okie dokie. That's gonna bring us to Neadus.
Oh boy. I'm going. Although I'm moving a little slow, but. And my movement is halved, right? So I can't move the 30 feet. I can only move 15.
So you can move 15 with your regular movement, but you could also bonus action to dash to get the other 15 for a total of 30.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
And hopefully
The ducks will explode.
I don't know. Nootus is just gonna wing it.
Okay. As you kind of like waddle and hobble over there, You do unfortunately nick one of these ducks, which is going to explode, so I need a dexterity saving throw. And because you're full, your dex save is going to be at disadvantage because it's harder to dodge out of the way while you're so full. Let's go ahead and roll me a dex save, please. Natty 1. Okay.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
going to
wow.
explode. You are going to take 3 points of force damage, and you are covered in ice cream.
Ooh.
What flavor?
Peanut butter.
Probably no. It's gonna be like a little bit of like the chocolate, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of the strawberry, just like that. I forget what's it
So
called.
Neapolitan.
Yeah, the Neapolitan. Yeah.
Nudist starts to gag from being too full.
Yeah. This is the last thing I need is ice cream when I'm. Alrighty.
How much health do the small potions give?
So it's gonna be 2d4 plus 2 health. You actually roll 4, so it's a maximum of 10.
Okay. Yeah.
17.
I'll save it for now. And I can still probably I could probably shoot an arrow, can I?
You absolutely can.
I should probably do that to the next closest duck. Try to slowly take him out.
Sure, clear a path. Alrighty, 19 will hit. Just aiming for this one right here.
Yep.
Cool. That's gonna explode, and you are going to see. Ooh, actually, that was a good one. That one was battery acid.
Oh.
Yikes! Yeah, that would have hurt.
Ooh. What's the battery?
Good point. Anything else for Nootus? I think that was action, bonus action, and movement, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're all set there. We're gonna go on to our swarms, the rats that are crawling all over.
Adventure
Kelser are
called
going to fight, chomp, and pinch. That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Sounds like it hits.
Yeah, that's gonna be 7 points of piercing damage. So that's gonna completely undo that healing potion right there.
Holy crap.
And then the spiders all over. Oh no, the spiders are asleep. The spiders are gonna do nothing.
Don't you dare wake them up.
Sweepy.
Alrighty. So that's gonna bring us to the start of round 4. Is Keybanise.
Okay, how long will the spider stay asleep?
I think. Does it say in this? I want to say it's like an hour. It's
And how much time has passed?
One sec. Let me.
Probably not a whole lot of time.
So yeah, the spiders will stay asleep long enough for you guys to run away. And it's only realistically been like less than 30 seconds since you guys got to this street.
Oh yeah, well I'm leaving. Well, I'm gonna let the sleeping spiders lie. I'm not a fool. And how long did it take for that slime to climb on the roof?
It seems about halfway up, so probably on its next turn it'll be able to make it all the way up there.
So it can't go back down now.
Yeah, it would probably have to come back down just as slow as it's going up.
Oh, okay then. In that case, that yellow duck I just pinged?
Yep.
Is any of my cantrip spells, can any of my cantrip spells reach that?
Can you ping which one again, real quick?
That one.
Yep, any of your yeah, so Firebolt could hit that one.
Firebolt.
Alright, go for it.
If it fails this time, I may as well just stop attacking.
You got this, I believe. $11 is gonna hit. So this one erupts into flame, is gonna explode, and it is full of. Wow. Okay. So that one is actually happened to be full of gasoline. So it's like a woof, like a big, quick little fireball. But fortunately, nobody gets hurt. The Marcus
Good.
Paul might have a couple little singes there, but you're
You're
clearing the
getting
path.
lucky, guys.
Yep.
Okay, then I can. In that case, I can move. Let's see, like here?
Yeah, you could even move a little further if you want up to like here.
Yeah, keep me far away from that other duck as possible.
All right,
I don't
let's
want
put
to
you-
trigger it.
Sure. Let's put you right there.
Oh, rats. Now I'm in their range.
They seem a little preoccupied with salty soy sauce, man, so you might be safe.
Help me!
Alrighty. We're going to keep things moving. Anything else for you, Keybanise? That was your action and your movement. I think you're
Yeah.
good.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
I didn't do a check. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. There wouldn't be much of a point to do an investigation check on those rats, would it?
Yeah, they're pretty straightforward. They just kind of appeared out of nowhere, but they're hungry and eating poor Kelser alive right now. Alrighty. We're going to move on to the jelly, who is going to continue to climb up onto the roof, and that's his full turn. He's still got his eyes there. It's still hungry for Zuzu, but it's going to take a while to get there, so not too much excitement there. Moving on, we'll go to Zedra.
Zedra is going to.
Zedra or Zedra? Sorry, is it a longie or shorty?
It's Zedra.
Zedra. I can't remember that. Okay.
She goes by Clover in character, but out of character, it's Zedra.
Okay. Thank you.
She is. Damn. If I used my short bow and I shot at the rats, what are the odds of accidentally, you know? Is it? I don't know if that's a good idea.
Pretty high. Let's put it that way.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Zedra is.
You're also still right next to the piss barrel, just so you know.
Oh fuck! It's filled with piss. Even worse.
Oh man.
Really?
I don't like the smell of this fucking barrel. She's gonna risk the duck attack because, not gonna lie, she kind of wants to get involved. She feels like she's missing out a little bit, so she's gonna purposely nudge it with her tail on the way by. Oops! Oh no! I've triggered the duck.
Alrighty, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
I would have laughed if you said that one doesn't explode.
Damn it!
So it will explode. You're gonna take 2 points of force damage, and you get absolutely covered in non-trademark named lemon lime soda.
Hell yeah! I'm part of the group. I mean, oh no! How awful! She is going to she's gonna try and hit sleep on those rats since it worked so far with the spider. She's hoping and thinking that it might work with the rats.
Stand by, let me verify one thing.
Oops.
Yeah, that actually is a fair play.
Alrighty.
Let her rip.
1 second. That one. Oh, nope, that didn't work. I'm trying to send it. I don't remember how I sent it the first time.
I think it might be under your attacks in like the first page of your character sheet. And then I'll roll the dice. Or you can just roll me 5d8 if you'd like.
Probably just do that. Oh, wait. I'm not even looking wrong. There we go.
Alrighty. Hey, it worked once. It'll work again. All of the rats suddenly just fall asleep. They're weirdly cuddly and cozy. Some of them have like got little nooks like onto your shoulder, like in the folds of like the neck, and like you've got a bunch of. You're covered in sleeping rats now, Kelser. A lot of them are kind of like falling to the ground.
Buddy.
Nice
You can
plays.
bring them home as mascots.
You're gonna make Scabs jealous.
So the rats don't just fall off of him.
Functionally they do. For flavor, there's probably like 1 or 2 of them still tucked in his pockets and stuff, but they are taken out of the fight.
Hey, Kelser, you gonna eat that one on your shoulder?
No, you can have it.
Sweet.
Alrighty. Anything else, Zedra? Cool. Then that's gonna bring us to Kelser.
Where am I? I'm over here.
You're right in the middle.
Yep.
So one of the rats is on his shoulder and is sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
We could use that. Maybe.
I already got dibs. That's my snack for later.
We're gonna stay away from him a little bit. And
Keeping
I'm
your
gonna
distance from the
shoot
ducks.
an arrow at that one
Alright, go for it.
in front of the house that the guy jumped in. Hey, we got a good roll.
There we go. 17 will
17.
hit. That duck explodes, and it unleashes a shower of rose petals. How pretty.
Oh. I don't have another potion. I think we're just gonna call that my turn.
Alright, clearing the way. That'll bring us to Zuzu up on the rooftop.
How high am I off the ground?
You're like 15, 20 feet off the ground right now.
Okay. How much damage would I take if I jump? Would I take any?
I'd give you a check to try to like break the landing, but if not, it'd be like 1d6 damage.
I was wondering if I could like run and jump over this guy.
To like clear the distance?
Yeah.
Make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, so as you go and run and jump, one of the shingles kind of gives and you kind of lose your footing, so you're going to fall. You're going to take 1 point of fall damage, and you're going to activate the duck, which is going to explode, which takes another 1 point of force damage. And you're going to get covered in... I don't like that one. Ooh, you're going to get covered in black powder.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fun.
Sounds
Like-
flammable.
You
Are
say
you
black
sure it's
powder?
not
Do you mean
gunpowder?
or do you mean like a black powder?
Like gunpowder. Like,
Okay.
yes.
It's like, this isn't scary if he just turned our friend black, but yeah, if the black stuff is also explosive.
It's
now we
it is
got a
the
problem. Yeah.
explosive, smoky, like, yes, flammable black powder.
Nobody use fire spells around me.
One other question:
Yeah.
when the duck explodes, is there fire or is it just like a?
It's just more like a magical pop.
Okay.
So am I prone at the moment on the ground because I fell off the roof?
I'll say you banged your knee, but you're not going to take any movement penalty.
Okay. So I can still do stuff then.
You can still do stuff.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up on this duck here.
Okay.
Slowly, hopefully it does not trigger duck. I don't know if it's a proximity thing or vibration or... Can I stealthily walk up on it?
Kind of carefully. You can certainly try.
Okay. I want to try disarming the duck if I can.
Okay. How would you like to do so?
Is there anything on it that's like moving like a... Like, you know, wind-up toys or anything?
Make me an investigation check, nice and up close.
Okay. I am not very smart, so yes, not smart at all.
Yeah, this is... Well, you're smart enough to know what you don't know, right? And this is clearly some sort of, like, magical... duck. There's no... that is to say, there's no, like, mechanical mechanism that you could, like, cut a wire or pick a lock or disable anything. The ticking noise seems to be purely for, like, added fun flavor. There's no, like, actual mechanical ticking happening. It's all magic.
Can I take my sack and I should word that better. Can I take the pillow sack thing and put it over the duck?
Absolutely, go for it. Make me just a dexterity check.
Oh,
Oh, it's cold. Amanda's dying in the other room. That's so funny. With a 15, you try to carefully scoop up the duck into the pillow sack, and it explodes. You don't take any damage, but you open up the sack, and it's full of ketchup.
okay.
You're gonna have to show us how you have been doing this, or what you've been using to come up with
Oh,
the thing.
I just Googled random substance generator, and just you click it and it gives you a random substance. Some of them are a little, but for the most part, you just skip those ones. And
Okay,
Not
that's
in my
my
case.
turn.
The one I
Not
detonated had
so much
gas
31
in it.
alrighty, anything else for Zuzu?
Nope, that's it. That's my turn.
Alrighty, that's gonna bring us to Nudis.
All right. I'm going to move up 25 feet next to the building.
Okay.
And is there a door or a window where I'm at?
There does appear to be a door. There's a lot of noise coming from inside this building. It actually appears to be like a restaurant or a tavern.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
walk right in.
The door does appear to be locked.
Oh. What can I do here? Am I able to kick the door?
Yeah, you can try to make an athletics check if you'd like to break it down.
Yeah.
Eat it. I like this guy.
With a 10, you just plant your boot right into the door, and it rattles on its hinges. Stays sturdy. It's pretty hard to like kick a door down. So a 10 is about an average roll. Not quite enough.
Can I make a check to find any like open windows or any holes in the wall?
There do appear to be a couple windows, but they are all shut and the curtains are drawn. Yeah.
Man.
It looks like he like hopped in and quickly locked the place up on his turn to sort of set up a defensive barricade, as it were. Out of character, sort of above the table, the inside of the tavern is going to be the second map for tonight. So we'll get there. I'm not trying to dissuade you from going in there, but we'll finish up this map first, real quick.
Okay. I'm going to shoot the next closest duck and see if the explosion is big enough to do anything.
Okay, go for it. All right, that's a hit. The duck explodes. And it is going to release marbles. It's a weird one.
That's a weird one.
Just going with it. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Oh, sorry. At the end of your turn, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw to try to get rid of the bloat. Still pretty full. Alrighty. The spiders and rats have been dealt with, so that's going to bring us to Keybanise.
All right. Oh, there's 2 ducks there. So that duck I just pinged, I
Yep.
believe the cantrip spell can reach that.
Yep, absolutely.
Firebolt.
Go for it. Hey, there's a natural 20. That's going to hit.
Let's
It's going to
go.
explode, and it's going to cover up that small little area in I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Sunflower seeds.
Oh,
Okay.
yummy.
Yummy.
Wait a minute. As in the edible kind?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, this
Salted
might
or not
work.
salted?
So, I'm gonna move up to that area,
Okay.
and I believe I have that magical bag of holding.
You do.
I'm going to scoop up those edible sunflower seeds and put them in the bag.
Sure, you got a nice handful of nice, yummy, salty sunflower seeds.
Are they shelled or not shelled?
They're probably shelled. I don't know if the technology exists in this sort of fantasy world for that sort of automation, but they're shelled.
Oh, okay. How far did I move?
Looks like you moved about 30 feet, so that would be the extent of your movement.
Oh, well, that's it then.
Alrighty. We're gonna keep things moving. The jelly's gonna flop back down onto the ground. Or no, sorry, he was going after... He can't make the gap, so he's gonna flop back onto the ground in between the houses. It's kind of... He seems relatively harmless right now. He's just chugging along. That's gonna bring us to Zedra.
Zedra's gonna see that just flop on the ground and oh hell no! And then she's gonna run over here with her full movement. She's going to take her short bow and shoot the duck that's over here.
Okay. Another crit. Okay. That one's going to explode. And it's going to shower
Oh no.
in... That one's really gross.
Oh
Bird
no.
shit.
Ew.
Yeah, that's gross. We'll go with bird shit.
Oh.
Damn! This is like playing the get gamble. I'm
Wait,
glad I
what
wouldn't do
kind
that one.
What kind of area does that hit?
It didn't. It's only like a 5-foot square around it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anything else?
No, that's gonna be it for Zedra.
Alright, it's gonna bring us to Kelser.
Kelser is just gonna kind of like shake his head at everything that's happening as he walks toward the house with Nootus,
Okay.
and then he's gonna cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay.
What did I roll? 10 healing? Sweet. That'll be my turn.
Alrighty, that's gonna bring us to Zuzu.
Alright. I'm just gonna beeline it straight for the door
Okay.
and slam right into it.
Alright, make an athletics check.
Nope.
Nope.
Splat right against the
Goblins
door.
splat, like pushing right between Kelser and Neadus and just dead stop.
Good effort, Zuzu.
I tried. I'm gonna go
Alrighty.
prone on that on purpose too.
Okay, just falling flat. Alrighty. Nootus, you're up.
I see a chimney. So I'm gonna climb the building
Okay.
and I'm gonna
There could be a
attempt to
fire
go
in
down
the
the chimney.
If there could be a fire in there.
Can I check for smoke first?
Yeah,
Before
as
I-
you're like starting to climb up, there is smoke coming out of the chimney.
I don't think my water skin's enough to put out the fire, is it?
Yeah, probably not.
Aw. Oh. I have a crowbar.
Ooh, that'll help.
I'm gonna climb back down,
Okay.
and I want to use the crowbar.
Okay. So you're gonna go ahead and make an athletics check, and you're gonna add +10 to the result for using the crowbar, as you're now just like prying this thing off its hinges.
Athletics. Oh my god, you're
Oh
kidding me.
no.
0?
That is a natural 1.
Yep.
What in the world?
So as you go to like pry this, your crowbar, believe it or not, your crowbar snaps before the door gives. You got the cheapest knockoff, like Wish.com crowbar that you could have ever imagined, and now you have a vendetta against the bastard who sold it to you.
Ah. Oh man.
I think you've had 3 nat 1s this whole game.
I know,
Honestly,
it's rough.
terrible. I have terrible stats for some things. Let's see. I don't know what else I can do. Oh, I have my short. Can I just bang at the door with my short sword?
I will say on your next turn you can, but it was probably your whole action to try to use the crowbar.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, we're gonna do one more round here real quick. That's gonna bring us to Keybanise.
Alright, seeing as you guys are having no luck with the door, let's see, I'm going to move as close as I can to that door.
Okay.
So let's see here. Is this it?
I think you were. Yep, that's perfect.
Is the door within sight?
Yeah, your friends are kind of crowded around it, but you can see it.
Good. I'm gonna burn that door down with fireball.
Okay. Go for it.
Hopefully this doesn't fail.
Natural 20. Let's go. The dice coming in.
Good. All right,
When it
boys, that's
matters.
it. This is how I do it. All right, boys, stand back. See if you can't bust the door down? I will. And I cast Firebolt and burn it to cinders.
There
It
you
goes
go.
up faster than firewood.
Beautiful. Alrighty. With that being the case, and most of the danger being dealt with, we're going to go ahead and take our quick little short rest right here. Your characters are not going to get a short rest because you guys are breaking and entering. But players, we're going to take a quick little 5-10 minute break or so, use the bathroom, refill drinks and all that. Thank you everybody who's hanging out tonight. I know we haven't been live with D&D in quite a bit, but I'm having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are too. Stick around. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Check out Crit for a Cause's website. Check out all of our social links and all that stuff. Check out the Etsy shop. All that good stuff. We'll be back in just a little bit. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and all of my dice-loving goblin friends. We're doing catch-up math because funny volume calculations. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Hope everybody's having a blast. We're gonna keep things rolling, chasing down Phil, this chaotic wizard that's terrorizing the streets of Kadoria. You guys have cornered him into this small tavern, and Keybanise has burned the door to the crisp as it was locked. So I'm going to go ahead and move us to the next map. No short rest this time, guys. You guys are going in hot.
Coming in hot, hot, hot.
As you emerge through the front door, which was sort of barricaded, you can see this tavern is filled with these nasty, ugly, slimy, goopy, kind of goblin-like creatures. And you can see the crazy wizard Phil in the corner, laughing maniacally. From a very young age, I knew it was my destiny to be a philosopher. And I, Phil McCracken, will fulfill my destiny and fill this entire city in my image. You know what? I've just had a brilliant idea. No longer will this city be called Kadoria. I will call it something better. Philadelphia! Yes! That sounds great.
No, please
What
no.
And this is where Keybanise says, "What an epic failure of a comedian you are."
Alrighty, I'm gonna need everybody to go ahead, click on their tokens once again, and roll me some fresh initiatives.
Did he say his name was Phil McCracken?
Phil McCracken.
Oh,
Melvin just asked, Luke, what the fuck is this? Melvin, this is my filler
17.
episode.
oh. Wow, I'm
I'm
ready.
guess
just gonna
17.
assume all of you guys
Who
over here at
gave
the
me the
table are just
mushrooms?
named Phil.
Who gave me the mushrooms back at Guildhall?
7.16? How did that happen?
You can turn on a tiebreaker sometimes to
Mhm.
it just adds your dexterity, but I usually ignore those. Alright, I think we've got everybody in here.
Nootus,
So-
man. Roll on that good initiative.
Alrighty. Music is still cooking for you guys, right? Okay, so top of the round. Nootus, you are up.
All right. I think I might as well. I'm gonna use my shorts. Should I come in hot? I mean, do these guys look like they're ready to like fight as we've broken down the door, or?
You can see there's like a hungry, glaring, kind of chaotic, crazy look in their eye. Your call, I guess. It's tough to say. You could certainly try to talk your way out of this, or you could go in guns. I mean, you did burn the door down, but totally, however you want to play this it's all valid.
I think I'm just gonna actually try to casually stroll past them.
Okay.
25 feet and just try to gauge that energy.
Okay. As you walk past, this one right here is gonna reach out and try to hug you. And he is going to apply a sticky oil to you. So he's gonna try to grapple you. And I need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check to avoid it. Alrighty. Fortunately, with a 12, you manage to squirm out of the way, kind of seeing him reach towards you. You can see his arms and his fingers and almost his entire body are just dripping with this like oil-like substance. And it seems to like be coating it, and he almost tried to like glob it onto you as you walked past, but fortunately you dodged it. So you can continue.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will move with dash a little ways over. So if I did 25, I could do. Yeah, I think I want to. Yeah, and I'll move right by this chair.
Okay. Perfect.
And man, I don't know if I want to set anything off by just straight attacking. I think that'll be it for now.
Okay. Do you want to? So I will say, you always want to take some sort of action. To
Oh,
waste
yeah?
an action is never a good idea. If you don't want, if you have nothing else to do, my suggestion is always to take the dodge action. And what that does is it kind of puts your character on the defensive. They're taking alert, and you're less likely to get hit. You're more like ready to kind of dodge or dip out of the way. So you're not attacking anybody. It's more of a defensive kind of action. So you can just say, I'm just going to take a dodge action. And
Okay, yeah, I'll
that'll
do that. I'll do the
okay.
dodge action.
Perfect. All right. So then any attack against you until the start of your next turn is going to have disadvantage. So I'm going to give you this little ninja I like to use for kind of like the defensive at the ready sort of thing. Cool. The little slippery, slimy, goopy creatures, as Phil McCracken starts yelling, fill the entire tavern. They are going to jump to and start as they glide and glebe across the room. They're leaving behind like a snail trail of this ugly, goopy substance, and so everywhere with this purple color is gonna have this oil all around it, as they're just almost like secreting it and moving around. They are attempting to fill the entire tavern with whatever the hell this is.
Reminds
But they
me of
don't
my cousins.
they don't seem to be coming directly towards you. So that is their whole turn. That's going to bring us to Keybanise.
Okay, so let's see here. These are tables, so obviously I could climb those. I'm guessing I could get on this too.
Oh yeah, you can climb all over all the furniture in here if you'd like.
What is that? A table, a couch, or?
That appears to be like a. Let me move you out of the way. Looks just like a little end table.
Yeah, I can stand on that, and that gives me elevation, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I don't like what these guys are doing. So let's see here. I can do a check and attack, can I?
Yeah. Depending on what you're trying to do, we can. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm stuck between investigation and insight. These creatures don't look very smart, do they?
You could roll an insight to see if you can tell. Thank you so much.
Here we go. Insight got a +4.
18. So you're not sure exactly what type of creatures they are. They kind of look like little goblins, but not quite. You definitely get the sense that they're the little goons, they're the little minions. So they're smart enough to obey orders, but that's probably about it.
I don't like this secretion. That's going to be a problem. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to attack one of them.
Okay.
The one I just pinged. I'll use
Yep.
Firebolt.
Go for it.
Firebolt.
Alrighty, a 9, unfortunately,
Nope.
is going to be a miss. Yeah. These guys are quick.
That's
Alrighty.
it then.
Okie dokie, that's going to bring us to Kelser with Zuzu on deck.
All right. So this is a table right inside the door.
Yeah, it looks like it was almost like shoved in front of the door to like blockade it a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna jump up here and try to. Oh, and I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark.
So actually, because you guys didn't short rest, Hunter's Mark would still be on him. So you don't even have to.
Okay, well then I
yeah.
would let's shoot an arrow at the guy.
Okay.
See how he likes that nonsense.
Uh, 11 will hit for 5 points, and then you can add your 1d6 from sneak attack. Or sorry, Hunter's Mark.
Is it 1d6? Oh yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yep.
3.
Alrighty. He kind of like, you can see there's like still a couple arrows sticking out of him from before, and he goes, trying to fill me with arrows, I see, I don't mind. Fill, everything must be full to the brim.
You got
That's
some problems, buddy.
that's funny that it says force damage on Hunter's Mark.
That is interesting. Anything else, Kelser?
That is gonna be my time.
Alrighty, that'll bring us to Zuzu.
I'm going to wrong character I'm measuring here with. I'm gonna run right up on this one and be like, oh man, oil wrestling. We used to do that at my temple all the time. I'm gonna try wrestling with this one right here.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make a athletics check to grapple. Alrighty. As you go to grab this one, it's interesting. The same oil that just a second ago was like really, really goopy and adhesive changes to be super slick, and it's almost like a greased up pig. He just slips out of your arm and sort of laughs at you. They seem to have some sort of magical influence over the secretion.
You little shit.
Yeah.
I think that's my
That'd be
turn.
your
'Cause
action.
that would be an action, yeah. So
All right. That's going to bring us to Zedra.
Zedra, having watched this, she's gonna say, "Good job, buddy. You'll get him next time.
try it.
You gotta grab harder." She is. Let's see. Sorry, 1 second.
No worries.
Okay. She is going to skedaddle on over here. I think that meant.
Okay.
Is that right?
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. There we go. She is going to take her short bow and she is going to aim for that guy over here.
Okay.
At least somebody can shoot.
20 is going to hit for 4 points. Very nice.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That is going to be it for Zedra.
All right. Phil McCracken looks at you, Zedra, and goes, "No, don't hurt my minions. I'm trying to fill the entire city with them." He snaps his fingers and points at you, Zedra. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Don't you point at me! Let's see.
A 10 is a failure.
Damn.
Your mouth gets filled with soap. And
Fuck.
it's gross. You are considered silenced as you cannot speak.
Fuck. That kind of defeats the plan I had.
So that is his spell. He's silenced you with soap. He's going to stay put right where he is. That's going to bring us top of round 2 is back to Nootus.
I think I'm going to use my short sword and Fury of the Small and run up and attack this guy.
Okay, go for it. Alrighty. An 11, unfortunately, is going to be a miss. These guys are just a little bit quicker than that. Alrighty.
I think, yeah, that'll be it.
Alrighty. The Boggles, as they're called, or the Boogles, I think they're Boogles, are going to just continue to slip and slide and play around. They're going to cover this entire table area with this strange, goopy, slimy, gross oil. So I'm going to cover it all up with purpley goop here. Because their mission is to fill all of this. Okay. However, the one right here that you just took a stab at is going to try to attack you, Nootus. He's going to try to bop you in the head. An 11 is going to miss. And that's going to bring us to Keybanise.
If we get rid of this Phil guy, will all these things disappear?
You're not sure. One way to find out.
Let's see here. Let's see. He took 8 damage. The Phil guy.
Phil guys took a bit more than 8. He's took a decent amount of damage.
So how is he right now?
He's got a couple arrows sticking out of him. He's got the blast marks when you hit him with the magic missile. His face still looks crazy. He's super excited and wants to fill the entire city. But he's taken a couple good hits.
So he's not in critical condition yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's bloodied just yet.
None of my cantrip spells will hit him, will they?
Sure. You've got a couple options, right? You've got your Firebolt, tried and true. You've got Ray of Frost is another one that could hit him. Yeah, those are your 2 options for cantrips.
Oh, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I think I can move here.
Sure.
Do a firebolt on Phil.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. That's a 19 to hit for 7 points. All right, that definitely hits and hurts. He's looking much, much worse at that. After that hit, he is now considered bloodied.
Okay.
He's got less than half of his health remaining. Nice shot. Alrighty, anything else for Key?
Well, there's not much use in doing an insight on this guy because we already know who he is. And he's bloodied. Oh, I got an idea. This purple stuff. I'd like a little more info on that, so how about an investigation check?
Sure, go ahead and make investigation. All right, with a
19.
19, good roll. So it's coming out of the skin of these little boogles, right? They're kind of like secreting it and spreading it everywhere as they move. And it's really weird because some of it is super, super slick, like grease that you'd slip on, and other is like sticky glue. And it's hard to tell what piles are what because it all looks the same and some of it's changing. It seems to be some sort of magical secreted substance from these creatures.
So you could either fall prone or get stuck.
Or both.
Wait, it could be both of those?
Well, it could quickly make you slip, and then as you fall, stick you to the ground.
Yeah, I may as well relay that to the other guys.
Okay.
Guys, that stuff they're doing, it could either make you stuck, it can make you slip, or both. So you might want to watch your step there.
Zedra just gives like a thumbs up because she can't talk.
She can't talk, that's right. Alrighty. I think that's going to be
That's
it for
it.
Keys, so we're going to move on to Kelser. Call turn.
We are going to cast Entangle. at
Ooh,
first
okay.
level. Strength DC of 12. And I want to hit. That works.
Okay. So that is going to hit a couple friendlies if you're okay with that.
Yep, but if the ground's getting slippery, maybe this will keep them up.
Okay. So I need a strength saving throw from Zuzu, Zedra, Phil, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the boggles. Okay.
It's not looking good for me.
My rolls tonight have been awful.
All right. Phil fails. He is grappled and restrained. Zedra fails, is grappled and restrained. Zuzu fails, is grappled and restrained. And the boggles. The boggles actually
Oh
will all
no.
have advantage on this because they can make their skin slippery. So as the roots appear and try to grapple them, they're gonna like slide right off. So they're all gonna roll this at advantage.
I refuse.
What's your spell save DC?
12.
12. Succeed,
Strength 12.
succeed, succeed, succeed. All of them succeed.
I had a feeling they would.
Yeah, they're literally slippery boogles. They're yeah.
They're
Is that
like
a
the little
concentration
Cybermen
spell?
or whatever they are from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
I forget, is that a concentration spell or no?
Entangle is, yeah, so you could just
Oh.
drop it if you'd like. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
you
I'm
might
gonna
want to.
I'm gonna make my way around the edge of the room, kind of stand on top of tables.
Okay. Floor is lava kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Parkour.
Parkour.
That's movement and action. I don't really have any good bonus actions to take. The guy's already got my hunter's mark on it,
Yep.
so I think we're gonna call it a turn.
Alrighty, that's going to bring us to Zuzu. So Zuzu, you are kind of held in place by these roots that sort of just burst up through the floor.
Hey yo, friendly fire!
This entire interior of this tavern is like trashed at this point.
I hope it's not expensive to get the floor done.
How can I get out of this?
So you can use a full action to attempt to escape with, I believe it's a strength check.
Am I slippery from trying to grab him from earlier?
Unfortunately, you are not.
Oh, so I didn't get any of it on me.
Yeah, so a creature restrained by the plant can use its action to make a strength check against the spell save AC. On a success, it freezes it.
Okay. So that's not a strength save, that's just a check.
Strength check, yep.
Okay. Well, let's try it.
Hey!
Hey, you're free.
Yay. I'm gonna move here,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna stay there.
Sounds good. All right. Zedra, you are up. Soapy Mouse. Grappled and restrained.
She's not having a good time right now.
Just wait, it gets
Well,
worse.
she's gonna. Oh God. She's gonna try and break out of it.
All right. Go ahead and make me a strength check. You also break out of it.
This
Yay.
plan in my head did not work the way I wanted it to.
It's all good.
Yeah, she's gonna take her. Oh wait, no, she can't do an action because that was her action.
That was your action. Yep.
That's gonna be it for Zedra.
Okay, at the end of your turn, make another Constitution saving throw to see if you can end the spell of silence on you.
Oh damn it!
Nope, still silent. You see, Phil McCracken here is also grappled and restrained, and he's kind of looking and going wide. He goes, "More must fill the entire," and he's gonna breathe out, and the entire interior of the tavern is going to be filled with this noxious smoke that is going to obfuscate the area. So everything in this sort of gray hazy area is now thick smoke that you can't even see 5 feet in front of your face.
So magic missile won't hit?
It wouldn't hit. Well, you couldn't target him because you can't see him through the smoke. You have to be able to see him to target him with magic missile. That is his whole turn. So that's going to bring us to Nootus.
I don't suppose by any chance dark vision would be able to kind of see through the smoke a bit?
No, not through the smoke, unfortunately. So
Alright.
you can hear that one of these little boogles is right in front of you. You just can't see him. So you can kind of wildly swipe and hope you connect, but your attack's going to be at disadvantage.
Okay. Would like anything like a light kind of shine through that smoke? Or it's too thick?
It's too thick. It'd almost be like turning on your fog lights and don't like reflect back. You almost blind you even more.
Okay. I would like to make my way
Downtown.
Make my way downtown.
Walking
fast onto this table.
Okay.
As long as I can hopefully make it there.
Yeah, you're good to go.
I do want to. I wanted to shoot an arrow. I don't know if that's a little risky, but
You'd be firing blind. I mean, you remember where Phil was, so you kind of have a general area to target, but you can't see him right now, so you're just kind of spray and pray.
I feel like there's a good, there's no one in my way. So
I actually have a question then.
What's up?
So would Hunter's Mark allow the hunter to see him? Because I think it say that like the hunter always knows where the target is or something.
I was gonna get to that on Kelser's turn.
okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I was just curious, so I had to ask.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool combo. All right, Neadus, what you got?
I'm going to attempt to shoot an arrow at Phil.
All right, go ahead and shoot. You're going to be at disadvantage. A 10 will hit. So that's going to be 4 points of piercing damage. You kind of hear like a confirmation grunt as the arrow sinks into him.
And
nice shot.
I have a bell. Can I like ring that just to like kind of signal to others my general?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like ring this little bell just to kind of give clarity to where I'm at.
Sure. Kind of echolocation style?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. That's going to bring us to the Boogles. And the Boogles are just going to keep on slipping and sliding around. They are having the time of their life. They're coming up over here. They're coming up over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna scribble this entire freaking area with purple.
They can't see either, can they?
They can't see either. They're just slipping and sliding in the smoke. But they are just shuffling around. Their mission, their instruction was to fill, and they will fulfill that wish. All right, that's gonna bring us to Key. The top of round, or sorry, not the top, but this is round 4. So Keybanise, what you got?
So let's see here. Well, seeing as I am blinded and can't see. Oh, here's an idea. I'm going, and obviously, Phil is being a little cocky. I think what I'm going to do, probably try. Let's see. How would I try to trick him to giving it away his location? Would that be a persuasion check?
So without a check required, he is making a little bit of noise. He's probably laughing maniacally, and you kind of heard that arrow sink into him. So again, you know about where he is just by hearing him. It just you can't see him, if that makes sense.
So I would still be at a disadvantage.
You'd still be at disadvantage, but you can try to hit him, yeah.
And magic missile won't help either.
Right, because you'd have to actually be able to see him in order to cast magic missile.
Let's see, he blew out this smoke. Obviously, he's not going to suck it back up, even if I tried to persuade or intimidate.
Yeah, probably. Well, you could try to intimidate him if you want.
I got nothing to lose with that.
Yeah, go for it.
Intimidation, +1. Oh boy. This is not an advantage. 15.
All right, as you're telling him to try to get rid of the smoke, he is laughing and just, again, he's hell-bent on fulfilling his dream. He is going to fill this entire tavern, and he's going to fulfill this entire city, so he's not listening to reason right now.
So there was no chance. Okay.
Well, there's a chance. It's just a very, very hard chance. A 15 was not high enough to make him see the error of his ways.
I may as well roast him again.
Go for it.
Firebolt. Oh no.
7 is gonna miss, unfortunately. Alrighty. Any movement?
There's no point in that.
Okie dokie. Then we're gonna keep things moving and go to Kelser. Kelser, you are up. Now, just like we talked about, because you have Hunter's Mark on Phil, there's like that magical sense connection between you two. So even though you can't see him, you know his exact location.
All right, let's shoot him.
All right.
I'm going to try to, even though I know his general location, or I mean his exact location, I'm going to try to hone in on where I heard the laughter coming from.
Okay.
In the hopes to shoot him in the face.
All right. Let her rip.
So you still be at disadvantage even with Hunter's Mark?
No,
So
I'm not actually making a called shot.
Yeah, so yeah, not technically a called shot, but because of Hunter's Mark, it's gonna get rid of the disadvantage from the smoke spell.
All right, can you tell us where his exact location is?
I can feel it. It's kind of how it works.
It's more of a feeling thing. It's not something that can be transferred. However, with an 18 and 3 points of damage, Kelser, how do you want to do this?
Like I said, after hearing him grunt from Nootus's arrow, and then him laughing at Key's intimidation, attempt, I just focus in on that noise and put that final arrow through his face.
Right into the mouth, through the back of the throat. You kind of hear him choke. The smoke starts to dissipate. You see he kind of falls to the ground, choking. You see all of the little boogles, one by one, poof, into a cloud of smoke, disappearing. And slowly, but surely, the oil surrounding them also starts to clear up. And Phil McCracken, the wild philosopher, falls.
No, my wrestling buddies.
And with that, there is relative peace for the time being. There's a lot of cleanup to do. There's a lot of wondering and questions and gossip happening about who this individual was and where he came from and everything. But once again, the Tealeaf Adventuring Company has saved the day. So, you guys are all going to gain 1 Tealeaf point for the successful completion of a mission. Zedra is going to get the bonus Tealeaf point for tonight's mission. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
And honestly, I think I actually really, really like that Hunter's Mark move at the end there, like seeing through the smoke. That was pretty cool. So DM's choice is going to go to Kelser, so you get the bonus Tealeaf point as well. You guys are all going to gain 350 experience. That is a good point. If you guys didn't add it already, take your extra point because I had to cancel last session too. So you guys are all going to get 2 Tealeaf points. And then Kelser and Zedra is going to get 3. Just because, yeah.
I already added mine from last week, so.
Appreciate it. All right. You guys are all going to get 350 experience. The townspeople are going to round up enough gold to give you 250 gold each. And there is 1 magic item that Phil McCracken had on his person that is now up for auction. This is the alchemy jug. And you can fill it with lots of different substances like he filled the ducks with. It can hold up to 1 gallon, weighs 12 pounds, and then you can do funny stuff with it. You can make acid, poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, water, wine, maybe other stuff if you're creative and want to know. But a fun little tool and potentially some good utility. So, if you are interested in bidding on the alchemy jug with your Tealeaf points, the command /W space GM and then number. So you're going to type that command without the quotes, including the number of Tealeaf points you'd like to bid. So, hands on your keyboards, get ready. If you're interested in bidding on the alchemy jug from Phil McCracken, go ahead and get those bids in now.
Okay, so this jug, it says once the jug is filled, you can't use it again for 1 day.
Yep.
So let's see, acid. So if I take this jug of acid and I pour it on an enemy, that enemy would take damage?
Yeah, they would take some massive damage. Yep.
And the same goes for poison.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. So, let's see. Or I could dip one of my daggers in poison. If I dip one of my daggers in poison and slash an enemy, would they take slashing and poison damage?
They would indeed. Or you can force feed.
Mega mayonnaise.
You can force feed an enemy mayonnaise. Yes, that is also an option.
I like mayonnaise.
All right. So we've got a couple bids in already. If you are interested in bidding, get those whispers in. We'll say going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Last call. And sold. All right. 4 Tealeaf points.
Oh,
The alchemy jug is going to go to Zedra.
Hell yeah!
dang it.
4 points. Wow.
Wow.
That was
She
a
really
lot.
wanted it.
Do we level up?
So you get 350 experience. You're going to keep track of that on your character sheet. So from level 2 to level 3, I think you're going to need a little bit more. So probably 1 more mission.
I wouldn't know how to keep track of my experience points.
It's right on the top of your character sheet. There's a little spot for it. So you are going to be at... Here, I'll type it for you. You see where I just typed that for you?
No, I don't. I'm actually on the Roll20 app, so
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Gotcha. So I filled that in for you. You're at 700 out of 900 experience required.
Okay,
Get
then.
more experience. So yeah, 1 more mission.
All
So we're
right.
all leveled up then? I
What
don't
was
know
that?
what those numbers are.
Yeah, do we have anybody else that leveled up?
I leveled up.
Yeah, I know Kelser definitely did from level 1 to level 2. Anybody else?
Me being at level 2, I don't think I ever really I don't know if I didn't look at my experience points before, but it says I have 350 out of 300. Oh, okay, there we go.
You didn't-
Yep, there you go. So that I just updated that for you as well. So you're at 700 out of 900 now.
Excellent.
Yeah. So again, for both of you guys, the ones that just started, probably 1 more mission. Usually you get at least 300 experience per mission. So you guys will definitely level up after your next mission.
All right.
Very cool. Alrighty, folks, that's all we've got for tonight. Thank you guys for playing. Hope you had a good time. Happy to be back in the DM seat. It's been far too long. Hopefully life settles down a little bit and we can have more D&D fun soon. We're going to go ahead and raid out. Do we have a raid target? There we go. That's a good one. Alrighty, we're going to go raid that ginger girl. Give her all the Tealeaf Adventure Company love. Guys, thank you so much for playing. Have a lovely weekend. Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate, and have a wonderful weekend for those who don't. As always, I'll say the same thing. It's a crazy, crazy world right now. A lot of people are going through it. So just make sure you take care of yourselves, do something nice for yourself, and be kind to others because it's free and it matters a lot. And you can make a difference that way. We love you so much. Thank you all for being here and being a part of this crazy, crazy world. We will see you next Thursday with some more D&D to action. Until then, toodles.
Bye-bye.